What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I'm here with Nate Murr, inventor of the grip stop. And we're going to talk about Keymod. Now, we went and sighted this 16-inch AR in today, the one we built in the previous video. And what we realized was, as we were sighting it in, we put like 30 rounds through it, maybe 30, 40, 50 rounds, somewhere around there.
Magazine before it failed.
We noticed that this actually was, coming off and rattling around. And I torqued it down pretty good. And a lot of people through videos and stuff in my previous videos will say, oh, don't Loctite them and take them out. You don't want to take them out of the staking. I mean, some of them don't come in stake, some of them do. But through your use, you found that take them out, Loctite them, or better yet, just use some weld. Well, what I found is just find some weld nuts with some 8/32 screws and do it that way.
Weld nuts is the exact same thing that's used in Magpul mow furniture, right? Which, when I developed the grip stop, I designed it to fit as many handguards as possible, right? So I really took a page out of Magpul's book and like, all right, well, this is rock solid. That weld nut, backer, and then that beefy thread screw, this thing's going nowhere when it's mounted. The thing about Keymod is it's supposed to be modular, so you're supposed to be able to swap accessories quickly and easily, but once they're mounted on the weapon, it's supposed to be rock solid. The problem with it is there's a lot of different rails, a lot of different specs, there's accessories that are in and out of spec. It's just a nightmare that way. So I tell people, like, he's never going to move his flashlight. Once you figure out where you want it, and you play around with it, then, hey, I want it here. At that point, what I would probably do is I would probably swap it out for lock nuts and not even use the Keymod system how it's intended to be used, which is quick change.
I've done that on the AK that I have. Well, 2 AKs. I just use the weld nuts with the 8/32.
I mean, you're always going to get maximum strength by having it bolted directly to the handguard.
Yeah.
If you think about the Keymod system, as brilliant of a system as it is, it's still a lug and 2 little claws catching on the edge of the teardrop.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing you want to do is you want to grab this and, your self-defense, and all of a sudden your light comes off.
As you can see, you completely lost one of the Keymod lugs and screws. It's gone, it's completely missing. Now, that could be operator error, it could have been a couple of different things.
Sure.
You said you torqued it down well, you said you didn't Loctite it, and that's fine. I mean, this mount's made by
well, I did this kind of for this video, just to show that how much, you really got to pay attention when you do Keymod.
Yeah, Impact Weapon Components makes great mounts. I absolutely love their stuff. I have one of their light mounts, very similar to my rifle, which is, I think, Thorntail or one of the other ones. But you see mine's bolted directly down with, and that's why I went with it. Now that style mount that's not meant for Keymod, you can still see this one has slots. You could put it right there in a slot, where I can move it down there and bolt directly on the Keymod. So whatever works, as long as it stays on your weapon.
Yeah, but recommendation for Keymod, from me and my channel is 8/32 screws, whatever size you need based upon what you're using, weld nuts, and Loctite it, and it's not going anywhere. I think the whole modular thing is I think it's a market play, honestly.
I mean,
once you get it where you want it,
well, like picatinny rail, the idea behind pick rail is that you can readily move your stuff wherever you want it to, right?
Right.
It's a pretty hard system to screw up, unless your rail's damaged or out of spec, or once again your accessory is damaged or out of spec, right? But the thing is, it adds weight, and then obviously you want to put rail covers to protect your rail. With Keymod, it's sleek, it's simple. I mean, that's the big thing about it, and that's kind of like why you're seeing this argument come out between M-LOK and Keymod. M-LOK's a simpler system, but the more people look at it, the more people are starting to lean towards it, just because it's virtually idiot-proof. How to install your parts and how it locks, and it's on there once it's on there. So it's kind of like the only complaint that people really have about Keymod, aside from it looking like industrial shelving, is that parts come off sometimes.
Yeah. And
either because you bought a bad part, or you bought a part that was out of spec, or a rail that's out of spec, or you just didn't do your part. And that's not a knock against Impact Weapon Components. Once again, I love their gear. I buy their gear. I use their gear on a lot of my rifles.
Yeah.
So
this is just Keymod in general.
Just Keymod in general. It's the nature of the beast, in reality.
Yep. So if you guys got any questions or anything, let me know. If you guys have your Keymod adventures, go ahead and put them in the comments down below, or better yet, make a video about it. And until next time, later.